with my Build-A-Page wrap-up and layout share for you. Busy week this week. I got 5 layouts done and my daughter graduated from high school. I can't even believe that. I'm so proud of her. She did really amazing, and yeah, we had a fun week. Lots of tears on Mama's part with her baby growing up and graduating, but it was really great. We had the ceremony, the cap and gown ceremony. We had the banquet and prom, and we had a party today. It's Sunday today, so yes, I'm doing this a little bit late. Party today with family to celebrate her, so lots and lots going on, but I wanted to make sure that I got this filmed and I showed you what I've created because I love them. I love all these layouts. I say that every single time, but I always love my Build-A-Page layouts, and this month in particular, I think they're all super fabulous because I scrap lifted all of my favorite crafty, scrappy ladies. So I scrap lifted the Build-A-Page ladies and also Janet for Stretch the Sketch. So let's stop talking and jump into these layouts. I got 5 of them done, so let me show you. I'm gonna move all this maybe so that the plastic isn't glaring too much. Because again, it's nighttime here. So here is layout number 1. This layout went up on Sunday. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit and posted this on Sunday because I did it for Stretch the Sketch. I scrap lifted Janet Fritz, who is Galaxy Girl Creations, so I will link her down below. You can go and check her out. And I did an interactive layout. So Stretch the Sketch is usually where we have a sketch. All of us use the exact same sketch, and the goal is to stretch it maybe into 2 pages, 2.5 or 1.5 pages, something like that, or you can shrink it. So basically any size other than 12 by 12. Super fun series. I absolutely love it. For 2022, I'm doing 8.5 by 11 pages, and so it's automatically a shrink, but I thought I would just add a little twist. So what I did is I made an interactive layout, and it pops open in so many ways. So the main scrap lift is this page here with Janet's layout. You can see that on Instagram, or maybe I'll pop it up like right here probably. So this was sort of the main inspiration. I actually used some of the exact same elements that she used in hers and then kind of carried it over a little bit into these 2 little flaps. Then I created an extra flap right here. In the video, I did not have these wood veneer stars. I couldn't find them. I finally found a couple of them. They aren't the ones I thought I had, but that's okay. We wanted to add wood into the Stretch the Sketch layouts this time around because it was the 5-year anniversary, and so I guess 5-year anniversary is the wooden anniversary, so we added some wood veneer into there, and that is my interactive layout. Super fun. This was also sort of a secondary scrap lift. I didn't fully scrap lift this one, but I was very highly inspired by a layout that Janet created. So kind of a 2-for-1 scrap lift here with Janet. And let me show you what I have left over from my kit, because this is the kit that got cut off in my kit building. So what I had in this kit was obviously this 6x8 piece of paper. I had this piece here, or it's like 3 separate pieces. Then I had all these little elements. All these little pieces that you see here are all from one little square or rectangle that I cut apart. I had this arrow in there. I had these stars. Some of them are chipboard, some of them are flat. I had this piece of chipboard, this paper here, and this card. So lots of different things, these stickers, lots of elements like that, all from Cocoa Vanilla, from Legendary, Boys Rule, and No Limits. What I have left over is this chipboard piece, which was a crown. I thought maybe I could put it onto this picture, but it just didn't quite look right. It's just too big for his head, so for the size of this picture. So I will use that somewhere else. I have this little cut apart piece that came from the cut apart sheet, and I have all these leftover pieces of paper. This is all from the 6x8 paper pad that I threw in there. I have this one little phrase that says it's just a phase. I just didn't think it fit with the theme of the birthday, and that's kind of it. This is the outside of the tag from the No Limit sticker sheet, and then I put these fun little, what do they call them? They call them epoxy bubbles. So they're like an enamel dot, only more of a bubble, so they have a different kind of shine to them. So that's all used up. This is gonna go back in my kit, my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, in case I wanna use it with the last couple days of the month. And that was layout number 1. Layout number 2 was a Scraplift of Shannon, she's crafty. You guys all know Shannon. So let me pull this out. Here is the layout. So I've got a little shaker pocket and lots of this chipboard that I was really struggling to kind of use. Yeah, it's Prima and it's absolutely stunning, super gorgeous. It's the Georgia Blues collection. I loved all the papers. I got the chipboard, but I was struggling to use some of the pieces. So I actually turned this piece into the shaker pocket. And I think it turned out so lovely. She had 2 shaker pockets. I was gonna try to stretch this into 2 different ones, but I used this piece of paper here because this was also paired with a Freaky Fast formula, because this was for Tuesdays in the Attic. So instead of having 2 shaker pockets, I have this circular piece. That was one of the measurements that we had to do, was a circle, and then I added this circle here. I think this just turned out so pretty. There's lots of little girly things in here and lots of the yellow and blue, which I love that color combination. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. And yeah, great Scraplift, super fun. I have a whole like album of things to Scraplift from Shannon. So that's the layout, and then here's what I have left over. This is just the piece of acetate that I used to create the shaker pocket, and then I have just a lot of little cuts from these papers. So this, I really loved this side of the paper, but there's this side as well. And then a bunch of these little tags that I didn't use are like tickets. Those are all from the Prima collection. I did tuck a few in, but I didn't use all of them. There's some more chipboard here. Chipboard, and then these last pieces of paper. So you can see, oh, there's a piece of chipboard. This is where I cut my circle. It was this side of the paper. This was the side of paper that I really liked, having all of the like rows or columns of pattern. Here's what's on the other side. So these are still 2 usable pieces. I think this is a usable piece. I don't know if this really is, but it's all scraps that I'll just kind of keep together. So that is what I have left. This is all gonna go back into my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. Again, I'm sort of playing with the floral collection again this month. So maybe I'll have time to do something with it. So I'll throw that back in there, and all of this ephemera can go in there as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed that Scraplift. I think I got a lot of that paper used up. Scraplift number 3 was Christy's Scraplift. So let me pull that one out. So hers was the Easter one that sort of had like all the wood veneer Easter eggs, and then there were some cut file Easter eggs and stuff. It was just so gorgeous. I really, really loved that one. As soon as she posted it, I knew I wanted to Scraplift it, so I kept that saved. I also have a whole Christy file of Scraplift potential in there. I have a lot of people that I love to Scraplift, so I got some stamping on here, the wood veneer again. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to carry that element in from her. She had a little element kind of like this, so I brought that in. And then lots of pieces from the Legendary and No Limits collection. The background paper was Authentique. The stamp set is Sarah's stamp set from the Ink Road. This stamp set here, so I was really happy that I used those stars. Pop that back. And this is all I have left over. So this one piece from the No Limits paper stack, so that can go back. And then I didn't use as many of these as I thought I would. Actually, that's not true. I thought maybe I would use this one as well. I thought that kind of matched, and maybe this strip. But other than that, I did use the Love You to the Moon and Back piece, and I used this little piece right here. I think those are the two pieces that I cut. Yeah, so I did use those two pieces, and I think that that worked out really good. So I've got some of this left over that I can pop back into my kit as well. And there is another layout. Love it. All right, layout number 4 was my December daily layout, which is actually 4 layouts. So the only thing I haven't done on this one is I haven't put the number 3 on yet. They're actually like real flare with a pin, and so I have to get something to kind of let it lie flat, and I just didn't have the right kind of foam tape, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But this was day number 4, so it will get my number 4 button. This pops open like that. This was a Scraplift of Moira's. What I was really inspired by was hers was a circle on the side of her paper, and so I did a Christmas tree on the side of mine, kind of in that same way that she did hers, and then she had sequins all around it, and so I just lined my tree with the sequins, and also my titles in the same place and the same alpha. So I really loved that. I kind of tried to get a little embellishment down here, a little embellishment over here, which she sort of had with her picture as well. So this one was inspired by Moira. And then here for day 5, this one was inspired by Sheila, and so she actually had pictures coming kind of down this way and then down this way, and then she had a cut file right here. So I have 3 stars that are cut files right there, and then I didn't have really enough space to kind of do like 2 this way, 2 this way. So what I did is I put mine right across, and then I created a little flip book of my other photos. So that kind of replaces having all of the photos kind of along in an L shape. And then she also had a little bit of an embellishment cluster up here, and so I popped that up there. So those were the 2 Scraplifts. And then of course this will get a number 5 somewhere in there as soon as I get the right foam tape for that. So this one is day 3, and then it just pops out, and I've got my pictures on some tags. So it can just go in this glassine bag, and then I have to figure out how I'm going to attach these. Probably somehow, you know, I'm gonna poke a hole probably, and then tie some ribbon and attach it to the post so it just kind of hangs loose on the post. But this is day 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this. I was thinking I might be able to just attach it like this. There we go. Yep, that works. So there is day 3, and this can actually hold that closed. So that was kind of an extra. I didn't really Scraplift anyone in particular. There's the 6, there's the 4. Here is day 6. So I have Oh What Fun on this side. I just added a few sequins. And then on this side I have Or Not, and it's my little guy getting his EEG to be diagnosed with epilepsy. So, you know, not super Christmassy, but it was a December thing that happened. It was kind of a big thing for us, and so I wanted to document that. Again, this is like a free page, so I'll probably poke a hole in it somewhere up in the corner or to the side, attach some string, and kind of have it tied around the posts. If I can get it in 2 spots, that's probably what I'll do. So I will figure that when the time comes to actually put it all together, but this will end up getting a 6 somewhere on it. So what do I have left? I have just the rest of the numbers that I'm using every day. and a couple of these tags. I didn't use all the tags that I had put. Where did I put the rest of them? Oh, here it is. So I just have these tags left over that I didn't end up using. I thought I might use all of them, but I didn't. So there's another one here. There it is. So I have these ones left over that I can use on another layout. Those can go back into my Christmas stuff. And was that it? Yep, that's everything. This was just all my little notes to remind me of what I needed to do. And this was just the little bag I kind of used to hold one of my days all together. So that was it for the fourth one. And my last layout is this one here. This was a Scraplift of Kristen's. She had the square here, and then I really liked how she kind of had like her picture, and then each of the squares, because she had hers twisted, each of her squares had some embellishment to it. I took mine and I twisted it the opposite to hers, because hers did the diamond this way. I kept mine a square and then kind of did the diagonals instead of the triangles. I kind of did it along the diagonal lines for my embellishments. And then just to give mine something a little bit different from hers, I went ahead and added these little corners just to add some more pattern and use up the paper and kind of try to kill the kit a little bit more. And so yeah, I think this was so fun to put together. I love doing stuff like this where you just kind of have to piece together all of your elements and see where things fit. And yeah, it was really fun to do this one. And then, so I have the branding strip left over from this piece of paper here. That's the Later Skater collection. Then I have just these last pieces. I didn't end up using this one. I threw this one in kind of at the last minute into my kit. Didn't end up using it. I just felt like it sort of matched the blue in here, but you know, I don't know. I just felt like there maybe wasn't enough room for it. And then I have just these pieces that I cut off of the 6x8 papers from the No Limits paper pack. Cut those chunks off, and so I have this left over that I can use that will all go back into my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. I have the little epoxy bubbles in here. These were the tiny ones that I threw in green and blue, so I used some of those right here and right here. I kind of like just how they give a different kind of glow and shimmer, so I'll put those back into my kit. And that was it. I pretty much killed this kit. I was really happy with how much I was able to get used up. All of the embellishments, pretty much all of the paper, so this was a good one. And that is all of my layouts. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the links for the other ladies are down below, as well as the master playlist for May I Scraplift You and the information for Tuesdays in the Attic. So please go and check them all out. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. I would super appreciate that as well. And chat with me down in the comments. I love to chat with you guys. So we will see you there. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.